What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today I'm going to be going over some extremely useful tips and tricks and cheeses to this week's Grandmaster Nightfall, the Corrupted. Arguably one of the most difficult Grandmasters to complete, with one-shot phalanxes blasts everywhere you go, and the looming threat of being launched across the abyss of the Ascendant Planes. But mastering this grand Nightfall will reward you with wealths aplenty. This week with double loot and the Hothead rocket launcher along with Hung Jury, both being available as rewards alongside of Ascendant shards and possible exotics. Before we get started, if you enjoy the video and find it helpful, be sure to hit the like button below along with the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Both are greatly appreciated. While the Grandmaster mode of Corrupted is one of the most challenging feats to accomplish, it is still filled with plenty of workarounds to make completing this Grandmaster a lot easier. So to start, you want to utilize stasis turrets. A Well of Radiance is always preferred, and invisible hunters can really save the day on this strike. You'll be dealing with unstoppable phalanxes and ogres, along with overload Vex. And while you'll face off against all of the elemental shields, you'll need Arc and Void the most. When this strike begins, you'll want to take the furthest right route after defeating that initial champion. Do this instead of crossing the bridge. This way you can jump straight to that mini boss here at the entrance, and ultimately you're going to have fewer enemies at this starting point. It will also give you an incredible advantage by using the cliffside as a cover. Now, the next difficult part of this strike is the elevator room, but you'll find that you can make quick work of this section with a combination of a hunter's tether along with duplicating the orbs. You can do this by charging them up by tossing them around your fire team and then actually just dropping them on the ground. This way, once the shielded Taken spawn in, you can have all of these orbs ready at a safe space in the back of the room. This way you can avoid the Taken blights and floor traps and instantly break those shields. The next section of this strike is particularly tricky and can be a make or break on achieving platinum, as you do not want to defeat either ogre boss until the light side unstoppable champion spawns in. This will ensure that the Ascendant side champions spawn in also. This way you'll be able to claim platinum. This should occur once both boss ogres are around half health. If you happen to defeat one of the boss ogres too early, you can actually lose the chance at defeating all of the champions. But be aware, as the unstoppable phalanx blasts are a one-hit kill, even for guardians over 1360 light level. You will want to hang near the back steps until the ogre bosses are both defeated. From there, you'll want to head to the far right stairwell and up to the second floor. This way you can utilize the pillars as cover while you take down the remaining adds and champions that will come up the steps. Once you've made your way through this area and the floating rocks, you'll get to the first point of the boss encounter. Now, it is here that you're going to want to initiate the encounter by jumping into the boss arena, but then leap back into the floating rock that's just next to the boss area. From here, you can keep cover and distance from the adds, and then pop the boss's shield once the adds have cleared. It's really key to keep distance here because the last thing you want to do is get blasted by the boss's force push and knocked off the side. Once the boss teleports and leads you back into the Ascendant plane, you want to continue to play a long distance based strategy, as you will have a few more champions to face off against before reaching the final platform for the boss. Now, once you have made it to this point, you will again want to initiate the segment just like you did before. And once you've done that, leap back to the adjacent rock that you were first on before you jumped up to the boss's platform. Now, you can utilize this spot to avoid any of the boss's blasts and any oncoming attacks from adds. The biggest factor in avoiding the boss's force pushes are timing. Wait until the ads have been cleared before taking the boss's shield down. Be sure that once you pick up the orb that you run back to a safe space, that way you can avoid that initial force push that the boss gives you once you pick up the orb. And don't forget that you can charge these orbs up just like you did in the elevator room as well. If you can manage to avoid the phalanx blasts and all of the force pushes, this strike is more than manageable, as long as you keep distance between you and your enemies, because this strike gives you very little room for error. But if you can pull it off, you'll be able to snag some pretty sweet rewards, including Ascendant Shards, the Hothead Rocket Launcher, and the Hung Jury Scout Rifle, all as possible rewards, along with double loot all week long. I wish you guys the best and luck this week. Let me know how your runs are going in the comments below, and how you feel about this week's rewards. I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If so, be sure to help support the channel by hitting the like button below, along with the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you some happy hunting.